let's discuss how this disabled kid became a football legend. He was born poor and was rejected a couple of times before he even became a teenager. Today, Lionel Andres Messi is recognized as the footballing GOAT. This is the story of how this disabled kid became a football legend. Lionel Messi was born in Rosario, Argentina, into a poor football-loving family. The Messis didn't have much else apart from their love and passion for football. The entire family loved the beautiful game so much that Leo himself started playing at the tender age of 4. He joined local club Grandoli, where he was coached by his father and often accompanied to training sessions and games by his grandmother. When he was 6, he joined Newell's Old Boys, one of the biggest clubs in Argentina. Things were looking up for him at the time, but when he was 10, he was hit by a truckload of unfortunate events. He lost his dear grandmother, and having had a very close relationship with her, it affected him a lot. It's the reason why, till this day, after he scores, he points to the sky to pay tribute to her. Apart from the demise of his grandmother at the age of 10, Messi was also diagnosed with growth hormone deficiency. I don't want to bore you with the medical jargon, but this basically meant that Messi did not have enough growth hormones, and without good and quick treatment, he would have been a little person all his life. And to show you how unlucky Messi was to be diagnosed with this, research shows that genetic forms of this condition affect just 1 in 7,000 people. You see how crazy this is, right? What's even crazier is how expensive treatment is. Back then, therapy cost Leo $1,000 every month, and of course, that was a lot for his poor parents. His father's health insurance could only cover 2 months of treatment, so they needed a miracle. If not, he could kiss his football dreams goodbye. They turned to Leo's club, Newell's Old Boys, for help, and at first, they agreed to help with the hospital bills, but not long after, they turned around and decided not to. Ouch. It may sound crazy now, but I promise you, that was not the only time Lionel Messi was rejected. Another huge Argentinian club, River Plate, scouted Messi, and they were close to signing him. Just like Newell's Old Boys, they also agreed to pay for his medical bills, but eventually, they made the decision to reject him. If only these clubs had known, right? Anyway, at this point, they were pretty sure the help they needed was not going to come from Argentina, so the Messi family decided to seek help from abroad. They had relatives living in Catalonia, so they reached out. I wish I could tell you they first reached out to Girona and Espanyol so that the story is a little more emotional, but they went straight for the big fish, FC Barcelona. The trial was organized, and as expected, Leo absolutely stole the show. He performed so well that the club director, Charlie Rejach, wanted to sign him ASAP. Not so fast, sir. It was just not straightforward. The year was 2000, not 2024, so signing youngsters from abroad wasn't a very common practice in Europe. Also, it's not like Messi was 16 or 17. He was just 13 years old. He was literally a child. So there was some hesitation from the Barcelona board of directors to sign him, but the Messi family, knowing their baby boy's life was on the line, could not afford to be very patient, so they gave Barcelona an ultimatum. If they refused to commit, they'd lose the chance to sign this generational talent. Charlie didn't want to take that risk, so on the 14th of December 2000, he went out on a limb and offered Lionel Messi a contract while also committing to take care of his growth treatment. He didn't want to spare even 1 second more, so the contract was memorably signed on a napkin, and 2 months later, Leo and his family moved to Barcelona. A quick aside, I honestly hope Charlie got the heftiest compensation for taking that initiative, because imagine if Barcelona had rejected Messi like River Plate did. Just imagine. Back to the story. There were still some complications in his contract, and it took quite a while to sort out the whole thing with Newell's Old Boys. During this period, he could only play friendly matches, no official games. This made settling into a new country extra hard for the kid, who was already shy, reserved, and struggling with a medical condition. To even further worsen things, his mom and siblings moved back to Argentina, while only his father remained in Barcelona with him. So, on top of everything he was suffering, he was also homesick. Messi struggled so badly that his teammates thought he could not talk. They generally thought Leo Messi was mute. Crazy, right? Now, although Messi signed for Barcelona in 2000, he wasn't registered with the Football Federation until 2002. This meant that he could now play in all competitions, and that was when he started to make friends. He became friends with some random La Masia boys. Their names? Chet Fabregas and Gerard Piqué. These three guys went on to become an important part of what was called the Baby Dream Team. Messi would end up completing growth hormone therapy at 14, and from then, he was just unstoppable. In his first full season with the youth team, he scored 36 goals in 30 games and helped the team with the treble. Apparently, that was only a sign of bigger trebles to come. By the end of that season, the Baby Dream Team was already known all around the continent, and offers started to come in for Messi and his friends. Fabregas moved to Arsenal in 2003, Piqué moved to Man United in 2004, but despite really serious offers from Arsenal in 2003, Messi decided to stay back in Barcelona and build a career there. That same year, he made his senior team debut at the age of 16, but he didn't earn promotion to the first team until 2004 after the senior players pressured Frank Rijkaard to promote him. That's how good the kid was. Then, on his 18th birthday, 24th of June 2005, Lionel Messi signed his first ever senior contract with Barcelona. Now, you see, in the youth team, Messi played on the left wing, but you know, there was a certain dude named Ronaldinho in the senior team, so Rijkaard was forced to move Messi to the right. Messi didn't like the idea very much, but he had no choice. By the way, isn't it crazy that Messi started playing on the right wing against his own will, only to go on and become the greatest ever player to play on that wing? GOAT level stuff. Anyway, Messi broke several records in his first season in the first team, including becoming the youngest player to play an official match for Barcelona and the youngest goal scorer in the club's history at the time. Significantly, Messi scored his first ever goal for Barcelona on the 1st of May 2005, and it was assisted by Ronaldinho. That moment felt like a handover from the present to the future. It felt like Ronaldinho had just passed on the mantle to Messi, who would go on to do even greater things for the club and the entire world of football. Messi would go on to lead Argentina to victory at the FIFA World Youth Championship that summer, but his real breakthrough didn't come until August that year when he played against Juventus in the Joan Gamper Trophy game. That was his first start for Barcelona, and he was so good that he received a standing ovation from the Camp Nou. After that game, Juventus wanted to take Messi from Barcelona on loan, but Inter Milan said, "To hell with that," and came with an even better offer. They offered to pay his 150 million euro buyout clause and triple his wages. Take a second to understand how insane that is. For context, Barcelona bought Coutinho for 145 million euros in 2018, and it still remains the third most expensive transfer in football history. But Inter wanted to pay 150 million euros for an 18-year-old Messi way back in 2005. Once again, that's how good he was, and everyone who had eyes could tell. But once again, Messi turned down a very juicy offer and decided to stay at Barcelona. Go on to help Barcelona win the Champions League in 2006, his first European trophy, and Barcelona's first in 14 years. Then in 2007, Messi began to draw real comparisons with his compatriot Diego Maradona, especially after his goal against Getafe in the semi-final of the Copa del Rey, which bore a resemblance with Maradona's goal of the century at the 1986 World Cup. That year, Messi finished second in the FIFA World Player of the Year awards. Then in 2008, a certain Pep Guardiola was promoted from the B team and put in charge of the first team. The Spaniards sent Ronaldinho and Deco away, and Messi became the main man, donning the number 10 shirt, which was previously worn by Ronaldinho. Under Guardiola, Messi went on to establish himself as the best player in the world and perhaps the greatest player the sport has ever seen. In those 4 years together, Messi won 2 Champions League titles, 1 Sextuple, and 4 Ballon d'Or awards, among others. But while he kept amassing success for the Blaugranas, his Achilles heel appeared to be the national team. As of 2020, he had gotten to 4 major finals with the Argentina national team, but he lost them all, including the big one, the World Cup in 2014. In 2016, he lost his 3rd straight final playing for Argentina, and that hurt him so badly that he immediately retired from international football. It had caused him so much pain, and he was done, or so we thought. He was just 29 and was still the best player in the world. He surely was not just going to abandon the country he loved so much. So he came out of retirement and kept grinding. 5 years later, he led the team to the Copa America victory, his first major international trophy. He was satisfied with that. For someone who had suffered so much loss, he was definitely okay with conquering the continent. But the footballing gods had had much more in store for him. The following year, he led Argentina to World Cup success, finishing as the best player and second top scorer of the tournament. It was then that the once disabled, poor, shy, and homesick little kid completed football and established himself as the greatest player the sport has ever seen. Everything after that has just felt like a side quest. In 2023, he moved to the US to play for David Beckham's Inter Miami, and as expected, he has been killing it there too. But it doesn't even matter, does it? The GOAT has already completed football. All of this is just the encore.